This coffee was so good, so good, so good. Good morning, y'all. It is 8:25 on a Saturday morning here in Merida, Mexico. I'm enjoying the last little bit of cool because it's already almost 90 degrees before the Merida oven turns on. I just obviously woke up. My bed not spread up nor nothing yet. I'm still in my bonnet, and I'm so anti-bonnet on the internet. But I'm gonna do kind of like a get ready with me in this video while I talk about the Merida heat and how to survive it as a Jamaican and someone who lived in tropical weather for 41 years, for 40 years of their life. So let's get into it. But first, let me get out of this bonnet. I'm happy I have this footage of me doing this little bootleg install of my half wig here because there's something that I forgot to mention in the actual video talking about the heat. That's the sinus issues. I don't know. I need you guys who live here in Merida to tell me if you have been experiencing the worst congestion of your life. And how is that related to the heat? What is going on? I have never experienced any kind of allergies. I'm not used to allergies. So I don't even really know if it's allergies or what it is, but I have been congested for the past month and a half, and that makes me feel like that is too long to be congested. Does it have to do with the heat? And how are you coping? Like, what are you doing? Because if I'm a heat stroke, my nose just block up. I just don't really know what is going on. But yeah, there are definitely different levels to the heat here in Merida and the different symptoms that it bring you. I just I have a few tips on how to survive, but the allergy part is actually very new to me. I figured if I'm doing a video, I'm doing a video. So I spread up my bed and I took out my mic. Hopefully you can hear me. Surviving the heat here in Merida. I have never felt 100. I have never felt anything over 100 degrees, actually. I don't think it ever got hotter than 100 degrees in Jamaica. So, no, I've never felt 100 degree weather, and this heat is a different kind of heat. You feel like your skin is burning off, like literally melting off. To just walk from here to the gate, like, no, bro, it's a different kind of heat. I stay inside. Inside doesn't always mean in your house though, because like right now, I am trying to do the responsible thing where you keep your air conditioning at 24 degrees so that it doesn't have to fight so hard to cool down against the elements outside. Because you imagine if outside is 109 and you're trying to cool down in here to 16 degrees, it just not gonna work. The AC is going to burn out. So they say that the recommendation is to keep it at 24, which keeps the room nice and cool. Boy, I mean, I don't know if it's really nice and cool at 24. Then put some little cheap AC in this unit when I'm in her. So the 24 and I feel like 24. Sometimes in here I'm still hot. I have to turn on the ceiling fan as well. And then that just I run up more current, more electricity. So I don't know if 24 is, but I'm following orders. So if I'm at home and the AC is on, 24 is where my thing there. I keep my AC at 24 and do the right thing, turn on the fan as well if I need to be. I haven't got my first electricity bill here yet, so we're going to see what it's at. Because I don't know, I have a tendency to move into apartments around them time here. So my first electricity bill always lick me for six. Like I remember when I moved into my very first apartment here in Merida, the first electricity bill was like 4,000 pesos, which was about 200 US dollars at the time. But we have to remember, so that's for 2 months, so it's never too bad. It's not too bad at all. I'm use my AC every night, whether winter, summer, spring, whatever. I'm use my AC every night. And more while Munchkin have on fair AC too, so that two AC are burning at the house. Anyway, electricity here is still cheaper than in Jamaica. Like that would have been 1 month for me if I ever ran my AC every single night in Jamaica. But when it gets that hot, I leave the house. I do leave the house and I go burn somebody else's AC because I'm not gonna do it. It just means though that when you leave your house, outside expensive. So you're gonna go to a mall because not every mall runs their AC. Some malls and stores hot like a wall. Like you have to know where to go. Galleria Small. They have a skating rink inside the mall. You think in the Naga cool? In there is freezing. When I go to Gallerias on a regular, I'm in long pants, Don't catch me inside a gallery as in shorts. No, I'm gonna freeze my butt off. Long pants, and if me have long sleeve, might wear long sleeve too, or carry a jacket because inside of galleries is always freezing. And the cafe that I like to sit at in there is all the way to the back at the far end. You not even see our prips, the skating rink, the ice skating rink, and it's still freezing down there. So yeah, when at Gallerias is my favorite place to go hang out and eat something at the cafe and work. They have the cafe at the back that I'm talking about. They have outlets on the walls. They have couches because I know people are come there for lounge, and so you go there, you work all day, you sit down, you cool, you buy a frappe, you buy a smoothie, you buy whatever you want, and you work. You carry your laptop and you work. The Wi-Fi is good. Yeah, man, that me do. That me do. La Isla is another favorite mall of mine because they have the AC running good there, so too. Like it's a kind of loud, so you have to know where to go. I like to go inside of the restaurant, inside of Liverpool to work. They have outlets at some parts of the restaurant as well. I stay there all day. I do my work. I go back home when it's about 4 or 5 o'clock on the place. I go start cool down again because, as I said, this brand of AC where I'm putting at this apartment here, me not think it can survive Merida heat. Like me not too sure where them get them AC are from. But it not working out. However, what I do want to say is it hotter than Jamaica? Yes, it is. But I knew that coming here. I did my research. And I knew what the trade-offs were going to be. I definitely wanted to be a snowbird. I had the reversed kind. I want to be a heat bird, a hot bird, something named so. I told my girlfriend that, listen, I am not planning to be here in Merida's hottest. When May come, we have to find somewhere go. Let us get up and get out of here. And we actually do have a trip planned for the end of May, but the heat is here before time, or I don't know. I had to wait until Munchkin's school system did finish anyways. So here we are, waiting on that. It went up to 109 last week, and all of next week is over 100 again. So all of next week, I'm out the house working at some cafe again. There are a lot of cafes. So if you don't go to a mall itself, there are a lot of cafes in Merida. There's a cafe on every corner. There's a Starbucks on every corner, and the local cafes as well. I've already found a couple here in my new neighborhood that I really, really like. I'll show you some footage from one of them that I went to the other day. It is so cute. The food is reasonable, and if you want to go there and just buy one cup of coffee, them not gonna run you out. Them not going to run you out. Go to the cafes, have a cup of coffee or a fruit smoothie because the caffeine in my system it not really work out. If I have caffeine too late in the day, the sleep thing not gonna work out for me. So I go and I have a fruit smoothie and I bring my laptop and I spend several hours there and then I come back on my yard. Like that is the trade-off for the peace of mind of living here in Merida. I do not enjoy heat either. I grew up in Jamaica. I not like hot. I just not like hot. I would love to actually be living in Mexico City or Querétaro, where we visited and I experienced the joys of being out in 70-degree weather. I was like, ooh. And then Merida isn't hot all year round. It's hot a lot of the time, yes. But the winter weather here in Merida is also perfect. I was like, if Merida was this temperature when it is in the 70s year round, you couldn't get rid of people. The traffic would have been enormous. The rent prices would have been so high because everybody would be flocking to Merida. People do leave Merida often because of the heat. People get up out of here like, no man, we can't leave this. And I understand what they mean. I remember one night I went out with a group of friends. We were at an open air bar. We're sitting outside. There was karaoke on, live entertainment, vibes nice. We're ordering drinks, and me a sweat buckets outside at night. Let me tell you something. The only thing that was running through my head was I cannot wait to get home in my AC. Do not invite me out in the summer months if it is outdoor. I'm in a business if a night and the place cool. Merida has no reason to be this hot at night sometimes, like it's burning. Don't invite me out unless we're going inside where there's AC. I'm not doing open air bars unless it's the winter months when the air is just absolutely perfect and I can wear my little summer winter dresses, my little sweater dresses. We couldn't wear sweater dress when me there in Jamaica, but me have a closet full of sweater dress now. So yeah, I get it when people say that Merida is too hot, it's not enjoyable. My plan was definitely to be traveling throughout Mexico in the mountainous areas where when it gets to this kind of heat, I really wanted to be in Guadalajara right now, living my best life in some cooler temps. But you know what too? When I was in Mexico City and in Querétaro, the people them never have no AC in a them house, and it gets hot there too. It doesn't stay hot, and in the night the temperature drops much cooler than it does in Merida. But you need a little fan or something. You need something because it does get hot. The people in Mexico City are ball. Them are ball right now, so the place hot. It's definitely not Merida hot, but it's hot. So that would have been a consideration too. If I go live in Mexico City and me hot, so me need some AC same way. So for me, I'm doing this video after I watched a few of the other creators here who live in Merida. They're burning up. They say we are cooking in the oven. That is absolutely right. We are absolutely cooking here in Merida. But I think that your experience here is tinged by how by all your other experiences. So some of the creators are not enjoying Merida on a whole, and so the heat is just going to be like poisonous cherry on top. Like, oh my God, here is another thing, another reason why I hate Merida. I don't like Merida. I'm not enjoying myself. And so I can understand their frustrations with saying like, don't come here, it's too hot. No. For me, it is a reasonable enough trade-off because I'm enjoying Merida enough to stay at, like, I'm not leaving Merida. I love Merida. Your overall experience is going to taint whether you're thinking like, okay, this heat is unbearable or not. And you just kind of have to find ways to work around the heat because the heat not going to go anywhere. And unfortunately, they're saying it's just gonna keep getting hotter. The whole planet is just gonna keep getting hotter. Boy, I mean, I know that's not going on. But what I will say to you is, it's not unlivable. There are people here there are locals who live here without AC. I mean, I know all them do it. Another thing that I will say is that because of the everybody's using their ACs, the grid is shutting down. Rolling blackouts are happening. I am so thankful that we chose the neighborhood that we are in right now because we have not, I'm knocking on every wood, we have not experienced not even one power outage so far. I'm glad for that because I went where I wash my clothes, where I do my laundry. We went there this past week and they had 3 power outages while we were in there for the hour and a half just trying to wash our clothes. So and them in the uptown part of town. I'm uptown adjacent. Where I am, I'm uptown adjacent. I'm still in a very, I love where I am because I'm like a 10-minute walk up to my nearest mall. I'm a 3-minute walk from my nearest supermarket. So I'm still very, very, very conveniently located. Everything is walkable. That's another thing too. I honestly think that some of the main reasons why some of the other creators are not enjoying Merida as much as they could be is because they're not in walkable neighborhoods. If you're going to live out in Concal, Coquel, Cholul, where else? Uman. If you're going to live out on the outskirts of Merida, you have to have a car. You're not going to enjoy the Merida experience way out of Woy Woy. It just not gonna work. I have lived out there for several months before. So I know I have experienced it. I'm not saying this off the top of my head. I have experienced it. I've experienced the frustrations of trying to get Ubers out there, of them canceling, of the Ubers being expensive. Like, it just not gonna work. You have to have walkability. That's what Merida is all about, is walkability. But you're not going to get walkability in the neighborhoods that are on the outskirts, on the outside of the peripheral, which is the highway that goes around the city. You're not going to get the walkability and the convenience. What you're going to get out there is beautiful houses with wonderful backyards and beautiful pools, and you're going to get aesthetics. But you can get that within the city limits as well. You just have to know where to look. And the money that you spend out there, you're not saving to rent those big beautiful homes outside of the peripheral. You're honestly not really saving that much. I bet you can look one house inside the peripheral where you can walk to anything and everything that you need. Or if you do need to catch an Uber, there are 20 Ubers around you willing to pick you up in the next 5 minutes, and the Ubers are going to cost you $2 or $3. Like, you're not going to, I can walk to 10 different restaurants or taquerias or coffee shops or pharmacies. Like the there are so many conveniences around me, and that's almost any neighborhood that I've lived in within the peripheral. This has been the case. When you're the outer way where you need a car. Anyways, I'm rambling on that experience, which is not my experience right now, thankfully. I'm going to say that it is hot in Merida. It's extremely hot, but it is a trade off. There is nowhere in the world that is perfect. And it's not for everybody. It is absolutely not for everybody. I'm telling you that it is one of the considerations for me, even when I think about, do I want my daughter to go to school here, like regular school? Because right now she's homeschooled. With homeschool, we can get up and leave and say, all right, it's too hot. Let us go up north or to a mountainous area. When she's in regular school, I can't do that. And it is, the heat is that much of a consideration for me. I'm not saying it's a bed of roses, but you have to, well, for me, the trade-off is good enough. I'm enjoying the city enough where the heat, I'm not saying it doesn't bother me, but I have found ways to work with the heat because the heat not gonna wear. So, I find the malls that do have the AC pumping, I find the cafes that do have the AC pumping. I stay inside and keep my AC on when it is just unbearable. And if I'm going out at night, I go places where have AC. I'm going indoors. I'm not sitting on no little cafe, side street, outer door in this heat, even at night. I'm just not doing it. It's not going to be enjoyable. Oh no. And thankfully, I have not, as I said, no, me nah battle no power outage right now. Pray for me that it stays that way, because when I used to live in Las Americas, oh my God, power outage would kill me. But I mean, JPS of Jamaica, the power company of Jamaica, trained us well. Jamaica's a third world country, and they said the infrastructure is not as good. We had blackouts in Jamaica all the time for no reason. Somebody didn't know what to do. When the power outage, you go out a door. Make mosquito near me off out there. Or you spray it on and you go out a door. You open up some windows and enjoy the cool breeze. Cause breeze them murder. Breeze them murder. The breeze always a blow. Sometimes too hard and you feel like there's something them out a door go. I'm well trained. I'm used to, so I can understand then if you're an American who you're not used to blackouts or power going out for any reason at all. I can definitely understand how frustrating that experience must be. But for me used to it. Like, I'm very used to the power going out at random back home. So I guess it was water off my back. I did done used to it. So it wasn't as a jarring experience for me when light go away. I'm like, okay, let's go outside for a bit. So those are my 2 cents on Merida's heat. You will need a battery operated fan, especially for the power outages. And you do going to want to make sure that your devices are always charged. That's all I have to say on the heat. I'm going to go do my nails now. I'm going to a paint and sip, which is in Las Americas. And she has told us to come early because every night at around 7, 8 o'clock, the power go, and she want to make sure so we're done paint by the time the power lock off, if it lock off. Oh, Merida, you cracked me up, but I'm not gonna win. Not yet. Not yet. How are you guys surviving the heat? And if you are researching Merida as a place to come and live, you think you can manage it? This is the final look that I'm working with. My nails are done. There's the outfit. I'll take better video outside. I didn't take videos outside. I took pictures. There's me doing my nails, and here is the final look from the pictures outside. You know what, too? When I looked at these pictures, I realized that my efforts to unbig my back are working. The girl looks slim, the girl trim, the girl I look good. So this is the inspo from the paint and sip, and here is the final piece that is absolutely going on my wall, so nobody laugh because I have
3 completed pieces from Paint and Tips that I've been to here in Merida. They're always a great time, so I'm definitely going back for more pieces. You'll soon see them up on my wall in the background of my videos here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any tips or you just want to talk about the heat here in Merida, I will see you in the comment section.